It's nice of you to help with my flat, dear. It's always a good idea to clean up as you go along. Stop! I better explain to you how this new Hoover vacuum works. Well, I've been the tip again, and this time there was nothing really in the used appliances section, which is where I get most of the vacuums from that are fix, clean and refurbish and collect or whatever. So I'd given up, and I was walking away after I'd dumped whatever I had to get rid of. What was I getting rid of today? Oh, it was some electrical, an old keyboard and a few old things. Anyway, I chucked it all in. And I walked away, and this old man, well, he wasn't old, he was about 65, was wheeling this towards the skip. So I said, stop! Because I never thought I'd own one of these. These are great machines, or so I've heard. Sold in the 80s. Oh, the door's blown open, don't want that blown open. It's not in the wind anyway, in the rain. So, he gave me it when I said I fix, collect and restore, refurbish, sell vacuums. I told him all what I do, and I had a little chat to him, and he said, we'll take this then, good timing. So this was probably, I would think, his vacuum cleaner, and then he stored it in his garage for a while, judging by the cobwebs, and then it's gone to the tip, which is the average life of a vacuum cleaner, Hoover your house for a few years, put it in the garage for 10 years, then take it the tip. It's what most people do anyway. So this was the all singing, all dancing model. There was one model above this, so this is close to being the top model, but it's not. I was gutted because I thought it was the very top model. The model above it would have had an auto cord rewind, and this one doesn't. But in a way I'm glad it doesn't, because that used to go faulty. So I'm glad it doesn't in a way, but it would have been nice to have the top model. And if someone could leave in the comments how I can convert this to a bagged model, as this is bagless, believe it or not. Because it's got the permabag system, as you can just see through there. I've done nothing to this. This is how he gave it to me. That's why I've left it exactly like that. And yeah, it's got the permabag system, which was rubbish, to be honest. It was crap. It would just clog the filter, and the suction would deplete rapidly, well, more quickly than it would with a bag. It was just no good, really. But I know you did have the choice, if you didn't want the permabag, to have it as a bagged model. So if anyone could tell me in the comments what I need to do, whether I need to buy a bagged door or what. Obviously I know I need some bags, I'll probably order them. Well, I'll test it first, because I don't know if it works. But yeah, I know I need some bags, obviously, in a bag slide or a bag clip, if they're reusable bags. But I don't know whether I need a bag door or what I have to do to convert it. I don't really want it left as a permabag thing, because I bet that'll be filthy inside. Yeah, it was sold as the cleaner with bags of features, but no bags to change. So, I've not turned it on yet, and it's raining outside. So although he'd only just wheeled it to the skip, it did have water on the back of it, and was a bit... Anyway, it's got a bit of a lean to it. The cord has just been thrown around it, so I'll see if I can take that off. There we go. And I mean, these go for a fortune on eBay. I never ever thought I'd own one of these cleaners, and there was one at the tip. There's a headlight in here, and it also lights up the carpet height setting that you've got from hard floor to short pile, medium pile, long pile. It's got loads of switches and gadgets and things and lights, which I like, you see. So one of these cleaners is perfect for me. So obviously I won't be selling this. I'll be keeping this for myself. Picture of a brush roller. I don't know. I think something to do with this. I've got to be honest, I've got no idea what I'm doing. Oh, that slides down. That must mean tools, and that must mean floor heads. So that must be tool mode. And then slide it up again to floor mode. Yeah, turbomaster. It's got an electronic, as it says there, bag full indicator. That'll light up red, I believe, when the bag's full, but obviously there's no bag. So it's a dust cup full indicator in this case, but hopefully I'll change it to a bag model. If anyone could leave in the comments how I do that, because I don't want it leaving as a perma bag system. And you've got your suction, your electronic suction control there. So obviously that's low suction and that's high suction. I'll leave it as it was. That needs a bit of WD-40, I think. And there's a blanking piece there where you would have had a button for the cord rewind. It's a Hoover Freedom. This was the cleaner that was in an advert with those two ladies. I think one was called Patricia. I can't remember. Anyway, there's an advert on YouTube, and it's a bit random, that Patricia. But they both... There was these two women with that advert that I started the video with, and they were using this. And that was the advert for it. On the side... See, it's got a... You can see the lean to it more clearly now. It's got a carpet and hard floor adjuster. I don't know how that... I can't keep that in. Oh. Hard floor. Carpet. It's a bit dodgy. The foot release does work though. And it's got a switch on the back. So. Should we plug it in? It's the moment of truth. And it's got an onboard hose. Oh, and that was what I was made up out as well. It's got... it's also going to fall on me. It's got all the tools, because if it didn't have any of these tools, if any were missing, I probably wouldn't have been able to replace them. But it's got all its original tools. And the bottom cord hook has snapped off, but I've seen people selling them on eBay. It's still a bit there. You can... I've just about wrapped the cord around it, but I will buy a new one from eBay, even if it's not the right colour plastic. The cord's tangled as to be expected, which is probably why it's not round them hooks. Because it's... because the hook snaps off, so it's all tangled. There's no Hoover roundel on this. There's not. I don't think there's supposed to be one there. And that little... Right, anyway. Let's put it on the deck. Let's have a look underneath. I want to see if it's got the brush roll. I don't see why it wouldn't, but it has. The belt snapped. I can tell straight away. It feels too loose. But I don't know if this model, because it was a really fancy model. God, the brushes are good. They stick out quite a bit. They're good brushes. Whoa. It's the activator brush roll. I don't know if when this was in upright mode, it'd disable the brush roll and stop it from turning. I don't know. Right, so... Do you know what? I said it's got all the tools. Oh, it has got the extension ones. I didn't think it did. It has. Great. Right. I know there was a model below this that had a separate tool caddy. Let's plug it in and see what it does. We'll put it away from me here, because if it blows up, I don't want anything to do with it if it does. Right, okay, so holding you there, I'll turn it on. Nothing's happened, so that either means it's switched off at the machine or it's faulty. So switching it back off at the socket, I'll go over here and I'll turn the handle. You've missed me doing that. I'll just turn the switch on, so that should now be in the on position, and go on. Seems to work, and the headlight works as well. There's something not right with the electronic speed, because 3 of them LEDs went out at once. Right, well that seems to work. As you're seeing towards the end of the time it was on, I tried to move it out of position 2 because you could see the light behind that lighting up position 2, and it wouldn't move out of 2. So I don't know if that's, well, I was recording at the same time, it was a bit awkward. I don't know if that's because I needed to lift the head off the floor. I'll have a look at that obviously, because this machine will be fully refurbished. It was lifting the mat up though, so it's got good suction, which is very surprising considering it's got the perma bag in it. Yeah, but I'll count that as working. Now it's off. Let's see if I can move it now. Oh, I have now. So that should light up 3 now instead of 2. Well, that seems to be working. It's a bit loud on startup. It sort of bounces in. It sort of goes boing. So I'll have a look at the motor and re-grease it and re-oil it or whatever it needs. Listen now when it starts. It's too loud on startup. I don't know if that's, well, it's probably not how they were. It's probably got dry bearings or something. It sounds alright when it's running, just I need to alter the startup. Anyway, so that's the Hoover Freedom cleaner. Bags of features, but no bags to change. So, got a nice Morphy Richards plug on, which is probably appropriate for the time. Late 80s, so it's got sleeves on the plug. Although I don't think that will have been compulsory by then. So, great. If anyone can leave me any helpful hints on how I can get that back to a bagged cleaner, I'd appreciate it. The next one I've got to look at, because I didn't finish my story earlier. When I put that in the car, made up with that, I looked back and that had appeared on top of the used appliances skip, and it was raining and there wasn't much water on it, so it had only just come there. I was that obsessed with that, I must have missed the person that threw that in, because I would have stopped them as well. Yeah, I'm not going to lie to you, I have turned this one on. I've never turned that one on, but I turned this one on just before the video. And this sounds bloody awful, it really does. It's so whiny, well you'll hear it now for yourself. Yeah, so I'll turn it on and you'll be able to see what I mean. So I don't know if it's a bad seal or something. They are a bit, I don't know what it is with the Dyson balls, the older Dyson balls, but they whine an awful lot. The motor sounds whiny. So I'll see if it's a loose seal anyway, it'll get refurbished. Or I'll try to fix it at the very least, and if it doesn't stop whining, it can go in the bin. Listen. That is awful. I tried to recline the handle and it wouldn't, well, it will recline now. It wouldn't before, so we'll see if the brush roll works. It seems to work, but it sounds like it sounds. So, that's not good. I'll see if I can sort that out. It seems to have everything with it anyway. I'll do a video of that in more detail. I need to, probably when it's refurbished or whilst I'm refurbishing it, I need to find more out about it. I can't demonstrate it properly because even for me, it's a very advanced thing. So that clips on there. That there, I can say, that's got all the tools. It's got the dusting brush and upholstery thing there. They just, I think it has been slotted in the wrong way. They go in there like that. And then this upholstery tool, which looks barely used, as they usually are, slots in there. And it's very hard to do with the cord wrapped round it. There we go. Right, so they're the two uprights. Both bagless, would you believe? So take that, Mr. Dyson. Says he invented the first bagless vacuum cleaner, and then Hoover had the perma bag system. Poor old Hoover. Anyway, that was a taste of what bagless is like That represents bagless cleaners, and that should have been the end of it. That should have been when they realised that bags were far better. But no, he wouldn't give up. But you know what? Credit to him, because he's now a millionaire off inventing that piece of rubbish. And this is the third and final vacuum that I got from the tip today. I got a stereo and an aerial. That's all my stuff though, that isn't that I won't video, because that's all to do with not YouTube. Henry, and I've got OCD about that. They've put the head on the wrong way, and that really annoys me, but it doesn't affect it. I've never turned this on. I only got it today. I got it with the turbomaster and the Dyson. So we have a pneumatic model HVR 200-22. They all start with HVR 200. Well, most of them do. I shouldn't say they all do, because they don't. It's on, so we'll turn that off, and it's in low, which we'll leave it in low actually, because I don't want it to, if it's broken, at least it'll bang quietly, whereas if it's in high and it goes bang, it'll be a loud bang. So we'll leave it in low. I should have started that in low. I don't know why I didn't really want to touch the variable speed on that. Anyway, let's see what's inside of it first, because we always have a look at these tub vacs, don't we? See what's in them when we get them. Is there a bag? Is there no bag? No, what a surprise, no bag. I don't really want that to go everywhere, so it's raining, so I'm not outside. Oh, look. Oh, go on. Because I'm not outside, I don't want to fully take it apart. It seems damp. It might have been thrown out yesterday and in the rain today, but I can't see. You know, it seems to be alright. So I'll plug it in. Maybe regretfully. Tell you what we'll do, we'll put it on at the machine and then plug it in. No, it smells damp, and they've used it without a bag, so I'm not surprised. Anyway, we'll plug it in, turn it on. Oh, it works. It sounds alright. Poor suction. A, because it's on low, and B, because there's no bag in, and C, the filter's clogged. Put it in high. Better suction, still not as good as it can be, but it is good. So put that back to low, and that off. It smells damp, it needs a freshener and a bit of love, but it works. Try it by the switch this time. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. I'll probably get 40-45 quid with that, brand new with tools. I'll give it a brand new tool set. I'll have to check the hose later off camera, because that's the boring part, and make sure there's no cuts or kinks in it. But it'll probably be fine. Anyway, all the vacuums I sell and refurbish do get pat tested, so if there's anything wrong, I'll find it and I'll know about it. Anyway, there's today's tip finds. Hoover Turbomaster Freedom, Dyson DC25 Animal, and pneumatic Henry HVR 200-22. So thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye for now.